Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this is a special episode of The Bible Reloaded.
Yeah, it's not really anything that is fun, except it's everything that's fun.
Yeah, so this entire episode is just going to be doing shoutouts, so stick around because we're going to talk about some really good other YouTube channels, some blogs, Twitter accounts that you should go look at because they're great.
Yeah, so stick around. First up, we have, of course, Wildwood Claire. If you haven't been around recently, Claire gave us a shout out the other day
on her show Coffee with Claire.
Yeah, and she's a wonderful lady. And I had seen her her little icon there, the little Powerpuff Girl with the North Carolina hat. I had seen that on other channels, on suggested channels, but I never clicked until she found us and said, "Hey, you're getting a shout out." And then I watched. I really like her show. It's a really good time. I
like it. Yeah.
Actually, at work the other day, when I was busy doing just paperwork, I put her on my headphones on my phone, and I listened to a whole Coffee with Claire. It was excellent. We really recommend it.
Yep.
Here's a clip.
Greetings, YouTube misfits, miscreants, malcontents, and misanthropes. Claire's here with her coffee. Come on in and grab yourself a cup.
Rudyard Kipling wrote that elephants got their long noses after a crocodile grabbed an elephant by its snout, and during the ensuing tug-of-war, the long trunk resulted. Now,
sorry to interject, but Rudyard?
When we're told that elephants got their long noses in such a silly fashion, we put it in a kid's book, and we call it a fairy tale. But when we put a similar story in a textbook, we call it the leading edge of anthropological science.
I sense after that one, you may need a moment.
She's great. I love her.
Yeah.
She's one of my new favorite people. And we thank her tons for giving us that shout out. We got, I think, like 200 subscribers.
Yeah, a little over 100.
Is it a little over 100?
A little over 100.
Oh. Well, it felt like more.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, though. Next up, the Bible Skeptic.
Brett
Palmer gave us our first shout out, which netted us a lot of subscribers.
I was like 300, yeah.
Yeah, he's better than us in every single way possible. He's probably more attractive than us, too. He probably has a better looking abdomen area as well. He's just chiseled.
He's probably got a taut buttocks.
Yeah. I bet he doesn't even need moisturizer. He just has the smoothest, also the manliest skin at the same time. Enough about his physical appearance, though. His show is excellent. He's got some high production value, it looks like. He has just one of the coolest shows. If you have an hour to kill, definitely sit down and watch one of his very, very in-depth Bible episodes. He does a much more thorough job than we do. It's exponentially more detailed.
In the beginning, God created the heavens. After much time he gathered dust and formed the sun, causing it to burn brightly, even though the earth was not yet. In time God gathered the dust and formed the earth. He formed the other planets and moon also, and placed them around the sun, each in its circuit. The earth was empty. It was hot. After much time the earth grew cool, and God caused it to rain upon the face of the land. A great ocean did God form upon the earth, and for many, many years no life was found upon the face of the deep. Then one day God said, "Let there be life," and life formed in the ocean.
Alright, next we have Logicked, another channel here on the YouTubes.
Yep. If you like top hats, he's your guy.
And people whose faces you can't see.
Yeah, and clearly if you watch our show, you like people whose faces you can't see.
Yeah.
So, check him out. I don't know, how would you describe him?
One video of note that I know Brett Palmer actually shouted him out for was really good. He went through the logical reasoning of certain apologetic arguments and basically debunk them just using logic, reasoning.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. He has some good stuff.
I recently had a conversation with a theist about one of his arguments against so-called Dawkins atheism. That is, near certainty that a god does not exist, but with enough uncertainty inserted as to remain intellectually honest. His argument was new to me, and since it was a live discussion, it ended up being an interesting curveball. Maybe some of you will have come across the same argument, and so I will present it here as accurately as I can, and discuss my current thoughts on it. The argument goes something like this. Consider a world in which every single day, half of the population wakes up in the morning and predicts that today the Earth will continue normally on its path around the Sun. The other half predicts that today the Earth will suddenly stop moving around the Sun. Each day, the first group's hypothesis is validated, and the second group's hypothesis is refuted. This continues for millennia. By the end of each day, each group has their hypothesis confirmed or refuted, and the next morning they always make the same hypothesis for that day.
And he's also a little crazy, too. There's one episode where he just jingles keys in front of your face with a chicken mask on.
Oh, keys, look at the keys. Oh, keys.
And, I don't know if that's appealing or not, but, for the most part, all of his videos are pretty great, so definitely check that out. And also, if you have a top hat fetish, totally your guy.
Okay, another channel, Xander's Meteor.
Yeah. What to say about Xander? He likes our videos, that's for sure. I like to see him around. We're buddies on Twitter. We talk a little bit. His videos, definitely more of the, I would call them almost an audio log style. It's a very personal channel. He's really entertaining, and actually about a week and a half ago he uploaded this video that has just gone crazy, and it got him over 15,000 views at the time of this recording. It's called Why This Atheist Doesn't Need to Watch Jesus Camp. Strongly recommend that.
Yeah, you had me listen to a little bit of that, and it's really good. I'm gonna watch the rest of it later, but from what I heard, it's really well thought out.
I recently received a message sharing a few clips from the film Jesus Camp. I know that I missed the discussion boat on this a year or two ago, but I felt I needed to give it some thought and a bit of commentary. I've shied away from watching Jesus Camp for many reasons, partly because I remember similar experiences in my youth, although they were never quite as intense as the clips that I've seen in the movie. Also because I'm rather positive that I'll either lash out at the wall in frustration at seeing the innocence of those children drained from their minds in deference to a blood-obsessed cult of believers that are determined to force those children into their way of thinking with no respect for curiosity, or optimism, or confidence, or self-esteem, or intelligence, or the truth. Also partly because I have family members that would revere those in charge of such an endeavor, and agree with the practices of these adults and their vision of an army of Christian children marching into the world, armed with the fictions of their holy books and their willingness to bring about change by any means necessary. Any means necessary.
Yeah, and also on that very same channel, he has a podcast that he's been doing for a little bit called Atheist Impact, and that's basically, it's a podcast where it's just him, and it runs a little bit longer, and they get interesting. The last one he did was on Carl Sagan, which is really interesting. So you guys should check that out.
So that's all the YouTube channels for this shout-out episode, but if you do go and subscribe to them, which I highly recommend, make sure that you tell them in the comments anywhere, just tell them the Bible Reloaded sent you, just so they know. Because
not only do we want them to know that we support them, but we like what's been happening recently in the atheist community, where we've all been kind of helping each other out, getting more exposure. We want to make sure that they know that we are trying to support them.
Yep. Alright, so moving on to the next section of the shout-out video.
The blogs. Two of note. The first one, my good buddy Dave. He's known in the Twitter circle as Gamma Atheist. He's part of the Atheist Avengers on Twitter there, and he is Gamma Atheist because he is supposed to represent the Hulk. He's not green, but he is shirtless.
He's a sexy beast.
Good-looking guy, and he's a sensitive guy too. He has cats.
With his cats?
He has cats. He has he often posts pictures where he's with his cats, but he's a really intelligent guy, and he just started this this brand new blog, I don't know, a couple months ago. And basically what he's been doing is he's been having atheists go onto the blog and submit their story of how they came to be atheist. So if you were religious and now are not, or if you weren't religious and are now atheist, or if you've always been atheist, just kind of the story and the reasoning behind it. And also he has his own submissions, so it's, anything from politics to other religion to just, what's going on in Dave's life. So follow him on Twitter at @GammaAtheist and also visit his blog. There's links to all these guys in the description box.
Nextly.
I'm not sure where she's from. I'm going to say Great Britain. There's no way of knowing. Rosa Rubicondor. She's great. She is one of the more popular bloggers in the atheist circle on Twitter. Her blogs are so well thought out and so well written, and one of the blogs I read a couple weeks ago was about Darwin, and it was just wonderful, and I strongly recommend it.
I actually did read one, I believe, the other day. It was 10 things a creationist should be able to answer. 10 questions, and it was actually pretty well thought out. It was basically pointing out obvious flaws, but it is explaining how to bring them up in conversation, and basically why that certain creationist things don't work. Obviously, there are a multitude of reasons, but it was just well thought out. Certain things I hadn't necessarily thought of before or didn't know.
Right.
So that was pretty good. Pretty good blog.
Take note and mention that the Bible Reloaded sent you. If you don't follow us on Twitter, we're at Bible Reloaded. It's no secret. So just say, hey, read your blog. Jake and Hugo sent me, and then throw us a mention. And that way they know, again, that we're supporting them, because, and especially Dave, because he's a friend of mine, so I want you guys to know, because I told him I would do this. So the next section, guys have really nothing to gain, but there are fans. There's 2 fans, especially, that we want to thank, and there are artsy fans. Go ahead, birthday boy.
Alright, firstly, thank you to Operator Keum.
We think that's how you say it.
I think.
Right.
She drew us some pictures, and for my birthday, I posted it on our Facebook page the other day, which we have.
Yep.
Hint. I posted it was my birthday, and she sent me a nice little birthday picture, and it was really nice. Maybe we'll show it right now.
Yeah.
She sent us another picture before too, I know.
Yeah. She was. I was on Twitter, and she's like, "Hey, what are your guys' favorite animals?" And I said, rather facetiously, bear cats, because it's the funniest thing that came to my head. And she goes, "Oh, okay, well, what's your favorite colors?" And I said, again, comedically, like, taupe and electric orange. So she made us bear cats with taupe and electric orange ties, which is super badass.
Yeah.
And she's really good, and she's, if you check her out on Twitter at Operator Keum, she's got links to her art page. She goes to a design school in Georgia, and she's actually really, really good. So you guys should check that out, and she should feel free to make us stuff anytime she wants, because she's really good. Yeah. And the stuff they're fucking cute, man.
Oh yeah, they are.
Look how cute those things are, like little bear cats with noses.
Yeah.
I want to pinch their cheeks.
Last but certainly not least.
Oh, the one. The only, the sexy, Christopher CheapOne Cheape.
Yeah, we've shouted him out many times before.
But we can't help it. I mean, god damn it. Where would we be without him? We'd still have that fucking, that weird looking velvet picture.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
he does all our logos. He does everything.
He does everything.
It's like, it's true story. We're not even real people. We're puppets. And he just changes his voice, and we're really him. So, yeah, I don't know, man. He's
great. I don't know anyone who should or could have that much dedication to you and I.
Yeah, for no reason.
For no reason. He's just a really good guy. And honestly, true story, if we ever make any money whatsoever on anything, we're throwing Chris some bones.
Yep.
Some cold hard cash, because we owe it to him. I don't think he'd ever ask for it, but I don't care. I mean, just a nice guy.
Yeah, maybe on our book.
Maybe on our book. Well, on the book sales, the book we're writing. Hint, we're going to try to write a book.
Oh, God.
Actually, a series of books for children with pictures and blood.
They're not for children. That's not the point. Okay. So those are all our shoutouts. You should go check out any of those that piqued your interest and any that even didn't, because you should do it anyways, and tell them that the Bible Reloaded sent you.
Or we'll murder you. Okay, we probably can't find you, but if we do find one of you, or at least we're killing one of you.
We're gonna severely downvote your comments.
Ooh, this comment has received too many negative votes.
You'll get so many negative.
Then you'll have to click an extra click, and you'll have to press show so we can see what stupid fucking thing you wrote. Like, really good episode, guys. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, but anyways, that was that.
Yeah.
We'll probably do more in the future when we accrue some more we want to shout out.
Yeah, and I don't know. Go petition all the people you like to watch our show so we can get more shout-outs, more fans, making it just better for everyone involved.
Yeah, definitely. If you have any people that you like that may not know of us, go ahead and tell them about us.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Thanks for listening to this episode. You could even... you could just spread around indiscriminately, because this one has nothing to do with us at all. That's not the point. It's a community thing, and we really do want these people to get recognition.
I agree. All these people are severely under-recognized.
Yep. So, until next time, everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this has been the Bible Reloaded.
Science bless.